All right, it's April 1917 on the Eastern Front, and the Germans did catch this unit right here, attacked, and they had some success. They had, well, a half exchange, destroyed one unit, but they ended up having one unit that was was a attacker demoralized. So one of the attacks was attacker demoralized, so they fell back here. One of the Russian units had to fall back here, and there's still one unit left for the Russians still holding the position. So at the moment, that's what happened there. The Germans advanced over here, and the Austrians are dug in, so it should be a level 2 now with the Austrians right there. And over here on the southeast front, Austrians do have some troops. They got some really cheap troops that they built and tossed them over here on the corner. And the Germans are forming a line around here. The Italians are dug in, sort of trying to dug in. They're forming a nice defensive perimeter along the mountains right there. So that's actually a pretty good position for them to be in. Attacking through the mountains is like a really big obstacle. But this may work to their advantage for the Germans to dig in here, and we'll just see what happens with that. All right, so that's actually everything. It was just one minor attack way over there against the Russians, and they are digging in over here. So we'll just see what happens with the Allies. All right, we'll be back. All right, here we go. It's April 1917, Eastern Front, Allies. The Russians moved some troops over here. Some moved some troops around the line right here to get some reinforcements right there. And then they put somebody here. They built a lot of cheap troops to fill the gaps. That's what they did right now. One of the things the Russians can do is like throw lots of cheap troops out there and just make you have to run your way through them and grind you down. As the Germans at this point are running around with a lot of cheap troops themselves, so it's not really good for them. So no attacks on the Eastern Front. Now let's go to the Southeastern Front. The British are on the move. They're not waiting. They attacked right here. There was some, I guess they'd be really considered third line German troops parked right there. And they got waffle stomped, but they did take a half exchange with one of the units and took out one corps of Brits, but they did get taken out right here, even though they were dug into the trench lines, so it wasn't a good deal for them. I'll just put it that way. And then the Brits moved around here, formed a line right there, and I think it's more of like a blocking force covering the flank versus what's going on over here, because I think the main thing is driving on Budapest right now for the Allies. If they can take Budapest and then Vienna, that takes the Austrians out of the war. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. Not much excitement in this turn, mostly because the Russians fell back and dug in, forming a new line, and the Germans are throwing troops into Austria, but it's not their best troops, to be honest. Most of their best troops that they did have are over there. So, and the Brits have their best troops against like the second and third line troops of the Germans. And now that the Austrians are not attacking or anything, are getting attacked, they are building up troops, but it's at a slow rate. So, if there was a major attack on Budapest, it's probably a done dinner when it comes to the Austrians right now. The only thing they might be an advantage is that hopefully that war weariness might affect, you're looking from the Allies' perspective, war weariness hurts the Germans and the Austrians. Now if you're the Central Powers, you'd hope that war weariness would hurt the Russians and start losing or have a low morale so they can attack. That would help greatly. So that's two things that can happen, and that doesn't go until, I think, June. The next time we have to worry about that. All right. We'll be back.